What's going on, you guys? Thanks for joining me again. Let's talk today about something different, back pain. How do we manage it, at least, and get rid of it? There's 3 or 4 steps we're gonna go through. So the first one is gonna be identifying the when. When did it start happening? When did you first notice that your back was killing you? Every time you moved, every time you were on the dance floor, every time you got out of your car. Even if you don't remember the event that made you slip a disc, where your back started killing you, that deadlift that was too heavy, remember the time where you started complaining. So that's step 1. Step 2, adjust your pelvis, okay? It's funny, so many of us have these back issues, and for the great majority of you, when it's overuse and not because you have a damaged disc or kind of vertebral, mismanagement or injury, you walk around like this a lot of the time. If you can see, like, the booty pop is happening. And what that is this. It's where you're compressing all of the back extensors into this tiny, so what you want to do is adjust. Take a look at my bony chest. Here's what we do. You're gonna take your extended, distended abs that are stretched here and over compressed here, over compressed here, and overstretched here. And you're gonna close that space a little bit. Go from this hyperextended to that, nice and contracted, okay? So now everything you do is in this position. Third, we're gonna do some corrective exercise. Corrective exercise means now I'm in this position where my pelvis is kind of tilted into a normal neutral spot. If your pelvis is a bucket of water, there's no spillage, and then you go to the ground to do a little bit of action. And then you're on the ground, you're gonna work through these. 15 reps per side. So I got the bucket of water is not spilling, it's neutral. So now I'm just gonna work some of these. Look at this, knees over the hips. I got my hands on the floor, my chin up. And in that new position, I'm just gonna teach my hips how to extend fully. I'm gonna teach my glutes how to assist my hips in bending by stretching. And the same thing goes with my low back and my abs. I'm gonna teach all 4 of those major muscle groups to be helpful with each other. And just 15 of these, that's too hard. You can do them one at a time. This leg straightens, this one bends. The bend helps the straighten helps the bend. It's called symbiosis. All the while, my bucket, it's never overflowing, it's never spilling. And then step 4, I'm gonna do some bomb stretches, okay? So like this. After about 1.5 minutes of this particular stretch, once all of those upper back muscles that cause me to want to crane back up, all of that starts to calm down, and I can kind of finally get past all the fascia wanting to overactivate and get my low back muscles, the erector spinae muscles, the ones around the thoracic and lumbar spine, to start to relax. And that's the easiest position to start in because you're using gravity. Gravity's pulling your head down. And I mean, so that's a good place to be. So those 4 steps are gonna get you to where you need to be. Like, take me, for example, I have to do the same thing. Let me share a little story, okay? Let me share my experience. 2013, 14, I just competed in a tournament. After that, I hit the gym. I decided not to go back to boxing and kickboxing here. I'm just training really hard. I'm inside the gym training really hard. Another competition comes up a few years later. I stopped lifting, got really strong then, and then I go to the competition, almost break my foot. When I'm done with that, I'm like, let me go back to getting in the gym. Let me do the thing that I need to do. Got an empty weight room. No one's there. Let me lift. So I put on 3 plates. I'm able to do it. Well, you know what? I haven't lifted for a year. I'm probably exactly where I was before, right? So I start to glory lift even harder. I add another 100 pounds to the bar. I pull that bar up, the bar freezes in midair. My knee does one of these stanky legs, and there's a blinding pain going from right adductors all the way in my low back. The bar drops to the floor. I'm in agony. I'm in agony for 3 weeks because I pushed it too hard, too fast. So my step one was right then. I remember to this day, all the compromised movement patterns and pain that I felt after that was because of that freaking moment. And that was because of that 5 minutes where I went too hard, too quick. So knowing that, I know what I probably injured and how it got there. So now I know, okay, I got to reset. All of the compromised movement patterns over the years were because of the pelvic dysfunction or contraindication. So, all right, let me start doing my load with this corrected posture. I actually went and got certified with Pilates to teach myself more about my body. That was my step one and step two. My step three came in the form of corrective exercise, one of which looked a lot like this. You can be on your knee. In addition to the double leg and single leg stretch of earlier, get those hands together, and I can kind of start working through here. Because here's the deal, when you hurt your back, typically, you don't like to bend forward, right? And then bend all the way back up. Your body will skip huge chunks of that range of motion because you're in pain. And because your pelvis has compensated for that pain. Your body's amazing. Even though you're in pain, you can still move. So like, teaching your body to work through this range of motion unilaterally with one leg working a lot, the other one supporting it, for example. Now doing it with rotation is a good way to repair all of those bad movement patterns and compromised positions, get you stronger. Here, I'm able to do that and work all those rotators and strengthen my extensor muscles in the back. All right, and I could do the same thing on this side again. My bucket of water, right? Remember, the pelvis is your bucket of water. There's no spilling in the front, no spilling in the back. I'll just continue to do that rotation. I used to do a lot of this stuff standing up. I would hold a medicine ball and twist up this direction and then come back down here and get this twist going in this position. I can twist this way and stand tall. If I did that, 15, I'm already starting to feel something. The 20 reps per side, took a break, did it 3 times every other day for 3 weeks, you will see a decrease in your dependence on taking sodium naproxen and ibuprofen every day, and your dependence on skipping certain leg days and exercises is gonna go away. My body feels great, yours will too. Your bucket of water ain't gonna spill, mine doesn't either. And you're just gonna get away from all that cycle of pain. Who needs it? So your low back pain, it'll be gone if we try some of that stuff. And then you're gonna hit that good stretch. We do those types of stretches for about a minute and change. Just holding that position. Who needs the pain? Who needs the pain pills? Nah. That's one way to get rid of it. So thanks again. Hope you found something useful, and I'll see you next time.